Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Siti. I'm an educational therapist, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how the early bonds we build with our children can play a huge role in their learning and development. Specifically, we'll dive into attachment parenting theory by John Bowlby and how creating strong emotional connections early on can set the stage for long-term academic success. Whether your child is 1 year old, 2 years old, or even 10 years old, understanding how attachment impacts learning can make a world of difference in how you approach both parenting and education. So let's go. So what exactly is attachment parenting theory? This theory, developed by John Bowlby, is based on the idea that children are biologically wired to form attachments to their caregivers. These early bonds affect how children feel about themselves, the world around them, and how they learn. But not all attachments are created the same. Let me give you a common example. Imagine your child is having a hard time at school. Maybe they are anxious about making friends or nervous about a test. Now, if your child knows that when they come home, you'll be there to comfort them, reassure them, and offer guidance, they'll feel more secure. That's what we call a secure attachment. It helps your child feel safe, and as a result, they are more likely to take risks and push themselves in their learning. In my area of work, I often see that children aren't struggling because they are incapable of learning, but because they don't really feel secure and safe in their environment, whether at home or in school. So when children don't have that emotional safety net, they become distracted by anxiety and stress, which makes it difficult for them to focus on learning. On the other hand, picture a child who feels like their parent is distant or unresponsive when they need comfort. This child may not seek help when they are struggling, either in school or with their emotions, even more withdrawn, avoid challenges, or even act out. That's what we call an insecure attachment. Now, there are 4 main types of attachment that Mary Ainsworth studied in her strange situation experiment. Number 1, secure attachment. This is what most parents aim for. Think of a time when your child was upset, you hugged them or offered comforting words. Over time, these small moments build trust. Child with secure attachment knows they can count on you and feel more confident trying new things, perhaps like learning how to ride a bike or reading a difficult book. Number 2, insecure-avoidant attachment. However, imagine your child is struggling with homework, but instead of asking for help, they keep to themselves because they learn that asking for support doesn't always get a response. These children often seem independent, but deep down, they are avoiding the risk of being let down, so they will not ask for help. Number 3, insecure-ambivalent or anxious attachment. Have you ever noticed your child clinging to you before a big event, not wanting to let go? That's a sign of ambivalence. These children may worry about whether or not you'll be there for them, leading to heightened anxiety. So they often struggle to focus in school because their energy is spent managing this emotional insecurity. Number 4, disorganized attachment. This type may be less common, but it can result from inconsistent or traumatic caregiving. These children often don't know what to expect from their caregivers, leading to confusion. They might seem unpredictable or exhibit erratic behavior, which impacts their inability to concentrate in school. So what happens if we don't nurture secure attachment? Children with insecure attachment may have difficulty regulating emotions, paying attention in school, or trusting others. On the flip side, secure attachment leads to better emotional and academic outcomes. Research has shown that children with secure attachments are more resilient, meaning they bounce back from setbacks faster, whether it's a bad grade or a social conflict. Mary Ainsworth's strange situation experiment gives us a clear window into these different attachment styles. In the study, a caregiver would leave their child in a room with a stranger, then return after a short time. The child's reaction upon the parent's return told us a lot about their attachment style. Now, imagine a typical school drop-off scenario. You walk your child to their classroom door. A securely attached child might be sad when you leave, but they'll settle down and start their day. They know you'll be back. But a child with an insecure attachment might cling to you, refuse to let go, or have a meltdown. These behaviors come from a place of uncertainty. Here's why these early bonds matter so much for learning. When your child feels secure, their brain is free to focus on the task at hand, whether it's learning to count, read, or interact with friends. They are not using their mental energy to worry about whether or not you are coming back or if they are safe. Practical example, let's think back to a time when your child had to try something new, like riding a bike without training wheels. If they felt like you were watching them with confidence, encouraging them with positive words, they probably pushed through the wobbles and made it. That's how secure attachment works. It gives kids the courage to face new challenges, knowing that you'll catch them if they fall. Let's look at more relatable examples. An early intervention isn't just about spotting potential learning issues like ADHD or dyslexia. It's about giving emotional support when your child needs it most. This could be as simple as helping them navigate their feelings about a new school or a difficult friendship. Let's look at this scenario. Let's say your 6-year-old child is struggling with math homework and getting frustrated. You could just tell them to keep working until they get it right, but an attachment-focused approach would look different. Instead of pushing them, you sit them down, ask how they are feeling, and reassure them that it's okay not to get it right on the first try. This creates a safe learning environment and helps build the emotional resilience they need to keep trying. Let's look at another example. If your child is anxious about starting school or a new activity, early intervention means acknowledging their feelings, offering comfort, guiding them through their fears. This can prevent small anxieties from turning into large obstacles to their learning down the line. If your child is anxious about starting school or a new activity, early intervention means acknowledging their feelings, offering comfort, and guiding them through their fears. This can prevent small anxieties from turning into larger obstacles to their learning down the line. Now, let's talk about some simple ways you can apply attachment parenting to your child's learning journey. Number 1, create a calming homework routine. If your child gets anxious during homework, try creating a calming routine. For example, before diving into math or reading, spend 5 minutes talking about their day or doing something relaxing like drawing or reading a book. This helps your child feel connected before tackling more challenging tasks. Number 2, use encouraging language. When your child makes a mistake, how you respond matters. Instead of saying, "That's wrong," try, "You're getting there, let's figure this out together." This kind of language helps your child see challenges as something they can overcome with your support. Number 3, let them choose. If your child resists doing homework, offer choices. Say, "Do you want to start with math or reading today?" Giving them a sense of control makes them feel more empowered and less resistant to learning. Now, let's talk about some challenges that we all face as parents. Number 1, time constraints. It's hard to spend quality time with our kids when we are juggling work, chores, and other responsibilities. But even if you have only 10 minutes, that time can still be meaningful. For example, you can ask about their favorite part of the day while you're cooking dinner or driving them back from school. Number 2, handling meltdowns. We've all been there. Your child has a meltdown right before bedtime or school, and you are exhausted. Instead of reacting with frustration, try acknowledging their emotions. Say something like, "I can see you're really upset right now. Let's take a moment to calm down together." You can offer breathing techniques. This helps them feel understood and over time builds trust. Number 3, sibling rivalry. If you have more than one child, giving each of them individual attention can be tricky. But even 5 to 10 minutes of one-on-one time with your child, maybe during bedtime or a quiet moment, can strengthen their attachment to you. To sum up, attachment parenting isn't just about building emotional bonds, it's a powerful foundation for your child's learning and development. By creating secure relationships, you're helping them build the confidence they need to face any challenges that come their way and grow emotionally. So if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share your own experiences in the comments. Till then, I see you soon.